So, if councillors would like, this is Brent Thompson who's presenting today, and he's on page 87 of the submissions that we've got today. So, so that will make it easy for you to find. We've just changed the order of things a little bit. So, I'll hand over to you, Brent. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and councillors. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come here and speak today. My name is Brent Thompson. I work for a company called Transition HQ, which helps businesses and organisations make the transition to a low-carbon future. As part of my work, I have been modelling different scenarios around the use of cars and alternatives for transport in New Zealand, and I would like to try to illustrate the importance of major and immediate action on the points set out in Programme 7. The first slide shows where we are headed if we don't change what we are doing. The blue line represents the same historical growth continuing, and the red line represents the difference that electric vehicles would make if market share continues to grow at around 20% per year. Basically, emissions still continue to grow until the late 30s and return to today's levels by about 2000. Next slide. The second slide shows the effect of the much more rapid uptake of electric vehicles, requiring a strong fee-based scheme or similar. But we still have an increase in emissions between now and 2030 because of the growing fleet size. Sure, it gets better after that, but we can't possibly reduce transport emissions to the degree necessary without addressing the growth in the numbers and the use of cars. Next slide. So what if we, instead of growing the fleet, shrink it by 2% per year while still transitioning to electric vehicles at the same rate? This includes emissions from a mix of alternatives including e-car share, electric buses and active transport. This is getting closer. A 33% reduction by 2030 and 75% by 2050. Further improvements require an even more aggressive reduction in vehicle numbers and all kilometres driven. Getting to net zero requires addressing manufacturing and energy-related emissions at the same time, and is even more challenging. Last slide. The point I'm trying to make is that cutting emissions is not easy. It requires a radical and immediate rethink of how we get around to reverse the current trend of ever-increasing car use. Could a city like Christchurch really break this trend? Let's consider Copenhagen in Denmark. With a population of 794,000 in 2020, they have 675,000 bicycles and just 120,000 cars. It wasn't always this way. Bikes overtook cars just 5 years ago, in 2016. The city is designed to make active modes much easier and more convenient than using a car. This requires a massive change, not just tinkering around the edges with a few cycleways here and there. Can Christchurch become more like Copenhagen? That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Are you happy to take questions? It's yes. Yeah. So, Sarah.
Thanks so much for your submission. I'm just wondering if, so sometimes we get people saying that EVs are the answer, and your clear answer to that is it's decreasing the passenger kilometres travelled and the size of the fleet that will end up making that work. Is that right?
vehicles are critical, but without reducing vehicles and kilometres driven, they won't achieve enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's extremely helpful to really bring that together. So thank you very much for your submission. It's been very, very good to receive it and to hear you in person. Thank you.